Debt collectors could swipe your stimulus check before you even see the money in your account. I'm Tiffany Craig. According to MarketWatch, there's a gap in the legislation that might allow creditors to snatch your cash if you're in debt. A group of attorneys general sent a letter to the Treasury Secretary to make sure this doesn't happen. But in the meantime, here are 3 ways that might help you avoid garnishments. Number 1, know the law. In Texas, garnishments have been stopped because the emergency order is in place. Number 2, benefit recipients have rights. A Treasury rule exempts most garnishments from Social Security recipients, those on disability, and veterans. And number 3, redirect the payment. Open an account in a smaller bank or credit union and have your check sent there. Debt collectors are less likely to go after small institutions to get their money. We'll let you know what the Treasury Secretary does about garnishments, but even if there is a change, it won't help anyone who owes back child support. There's a chance you won't see the stimulus money at all.